May 2025 is shifting gears and kicking open the VR floodgates with a wild lineup of new releases that are about to melt your headset and maybe your brain. If you're craving prehistoric survival, high-speed superbike thrills, or maybe psychological horror wrapped in teddy bear fluff, this month's got something for everyone. MetaQuest 3, PSVR 2, or PCVR doesn't matter. These upcoming titles are packed with genre-bending mechanics, cinematic storytelling, and enough immersion to make reality feel optional. So, clear your schedule, charge your controllers, and let's dive into the 10 must-play new VR games releasing this May.
Little soul, you charming little wanderer, where are you off to now?
And so it was that the burnt one and a small flame.
The Midnight Walk. If Tim Burton ever took a walk through a haunted arts and crafts aisle, this would be it. You're dropped into a shadowy, stop-motion fever dream as the Burnt One, a mysterious little figure wandering through a grim bedtime story gone wrong. Your only friend? A sentient lantern critter named Potboy. Yes, he's literally a pot with legs and a burning soul. You'll need his flame to pierce through the eerie, clay-crafted darkness. But here's the catch. Everyone wants to snuff it out like a birthday candle on its last breath. The gameplay is all about survival without swinging swords. Think more hiding behind mushrooms, baiting creatures with flame flickers, and praying the dark doesn't blink first. Every monster you meet oozes personality and saliva, while each landscape is so intricately handmade, it feels like you're stumbling through an evil stop-motion museum exhibit. Split across 5 intertwining stories, it's equal parts spooky, whimsical, and surprisingly touching. This tale of light versus dark oozes serious charm and dread in equal measure. Honestly, it's more like an interactive nightmare, lovingly sculpted one thumbprint at a time. The Arrival VR. Remember that time you thought walking through the woods at night with only a flashlight was a good idea? Yeah. Now, imagine doing that in VR, with Slender Man casually photobombing your sanity every 5 seconds. Slender the Arrival is back, and this time it's crawling right inside your headset to whisper nightmares directly into your skull. It's not just the 2012 screamer you remember. It's been reborn, retextured, and reimagined with spine-shivering detail. Every leaf crunch, flickering light, and guttural noise behind you is now 10 times more real, which is exactly 10 times worse. You're dropped into a world where survival is defined not by how fast you can run, but how long you can hold your nerve while pages vanish and that faceless beanpole keeps showing up uninvited. And just when you think you've survived the original nightmare, a new chapter starring Charlie Matheson's deeply traumatized dad slams the door shut on your false sense of safety. This isn't just horror, it's emotional cardio. If you're brave enough to let VR turn your living room into a dread-drenched forest of anxiety, you'll find that Slender the Arrival VR is a full-blown heart-pounding upgrade to your childhood trauma. Zombie Army VR. Just when you thought you'd kicked Zombie Hitler straight out of the afterlife, his decaying army is still stumbling across Europe, and this time you're not watching from the safety of your monitor. Zombie Army VR will be shambling onto Quest, PSVR 2, and PCVR this May, and it's turning undead, slaying into a full-body workout. You'll step back into the boots of a dead hunter, dual-wielding classic wheel-to-two firepower with gritty reload mechanics that'll have you sweating harder than a flamethrower on overdrive. Watch those bullets rip through bone in slow-mo as zombie snipers, explosive creepers, and lumbering armored monstrosities test every ounce of your twitch reflexes. Customize your loadout, upgrade your gear, and mold your dead hunter into the ultimate walking corpse disposal unit. And if the going gets tough, team up with a buddy, share ammo, steal each other's glory, and tally up who scored the messiest dismemberment. F1 25. Hitting the grid later this May, and for the first time since F1 22, you'll be able to jump back into the cockpit in full PCVR glory. That's right, Codemasters and EA Sports are firing up the engines with optional headset support, letting you feel every G-force, tight turn, and pit lane panic in terrifyingly immersive detail. The big draw this time, Breaking Point 3, the dramatic third chapter in the Connorsport saga. Expect rivalries, redemption arcs, and just the right amount of scripted chaos to keep you glued inside that carbon fiber death machine. Also firing on all cylinders is the revamped My Team mode, now with owner perks that let you specialize your squad and fine-tune the management side of racing. You'll also get some cinematic flair thanks to a tie-in with the upcoming F1 movie, plus fresh faces like Oscar Piastri, Carlos Sainz Jr. and rookie Ollie Behrman featured on the box. And if you're going big with the iconic edition, you'll even get early access, Ferrari Hamilton, and some spicy extras on May 27th. The standard edition launches May 30th, and when that helmet goes on, you'll be living every corner, crash, and podium moment in full-blown VR madness. Pools. Ever wanted to wander through a dream that's too quiet? Pools will be releasing on PCVR this May, and it's ready to drown your sense of comfort in layers of eerie stillness and liminal dread. There are no monsters, no jump scares, and no escape from the room gimmicks, just you, a pair of wet footsteps, and the creeping feeling that you're not supposed to be here. Inspired by the chilling backrooms pools aesthetic and the work of artists like Jared Pike and Kane Pixels, this VR experience transforms tiled silence into pure existential tension. Gameplay? It's as minimalist as it gets. No HUD, no music, no characters, and not a single line of dialogue. Just 6 chapters of ambient unease, where water echoes change with the architecture, and every corner feels like an accidental memory from a fever dream. It's not horror in the traditional sense, but the way Pools plays on your subconscious fears, being lost, being alone, being watched, might just have you questioning the geometry of your own bathroom afterward. No 2 chapters feel the same, and as you trudge deeper into this unnervingly beautiful maze of half-remembered spaces, you'll realize the mystery isn't what's hiding in the dark. It's why the light feels so wrong.
No, and poor Cog has hit the wall with his new invention.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Trailblazer, the untold story of Mrs. Benz. History Class is about to get a serious VR upgrade. Releasing this May on MetaQuest 2 and 3, Trailblazer lets you time travel back to 1888, no DeLorean required, and step into the muddy boots of Bertha Benz, the woman who basically invented the road trip. No, really. Before gas stations, GPS, or even decent roads, Bertha took her husband's invention, the very first motor car, and said, "I am going to visit my mum." What followed was a cross-country saga full of grit, grease, and ground-breaking courage. You'll explore Bertha's workshop, piece together the early automobile like some kind of steampunk IKEA challenge, and then drive it across the gorgeous countryside of 19th century Germany. Directed by Eloise Singer and starring Daisy Ridley, this 20-minute experience blends prestige drama with interactive storytelling so seamlessly it already wowed crowds at SXSW and Venice. Forget dry history books. This is history you can touch. If you're the kind of person who cried during All Quiet on the Western Front, but also secretly loves assembling Lego sets, this is your jam. Quantum Threshold. Roll out the red carpet, literally, because Quantum Threshold is about to drop on MetaQuest 2 and 3 this May, and it's flipping every VR combat trope on its jet-powered wheels. In a world gutted by rogue AI overlords called techno-wraiths, because of course that's what they'd be called, you're not the chosen one, you're the rolling one. Strapped into a viciously armed wheelchair straight out of a cyberpunk fever dream, you'll be dashing, drifting, and detonating your way through procedurally generated arenas that change faster than your strategy can keep up. You'll toss grenades with one hand while hacking enemy AI with the other, all while duking through laser storms like it's a techno death ballet. The roguelike design means no two sessions feel the same. One run, you're a turret-dropping menace. The next, you're wielding a robot arm like a punk rock Inspector Gadget. And when you die, you will, you'll return to your gritty hub world to slap on permanent upgrades and go again. Louder, faster, and far more explosive. Accessibility? Nah, this is Revolution Reloaded.
I hope she doesn't find us here.
Out of Sight VR. Get ready to clutch your fuzzy limbs. Out of Sight VR is creeping into PCVR this May, and it's rewriting horror with a teddy bear and a terrifying twist. You're not the girl in danger, you're her stuffed protector. Sophie, blind and terrified, is lost in a decaying mansion full of whispering floorboards and things that absolutely go bump in the night. She can't see what's coming, but you can, because you are her eyes. It's a second-person survival horror, meaning you're not inside Sophie's head, you're hovering just out of reach, literally watching over her. Your role as Teddy is part scout, part puzzle solver, and part stealth expert. You'll have to guide her by seeing danger before she does, keeping her out of the clutches of whatever haunts this echoing house of nightmare. One wrong move and she's gone. One loud creak and something hears you. From perspective-shifting chase scenes to emotional, memory-drenched puzzle solving, this game is pure dread with a big stuffed heart. And the deeper you go, the more the house and Sophie's past begin to unravel. Out of Sight VR will haunt you long after you take the headset off. Neolithic Dawn. Ready to grunt your way through the Ice Age like a prehistoric badass? Neolithic Dawn will be thawing its way onto Quest this May, and it's looking like the most immersive hunt, craft, survive, die, repeat experience VR has ever clubbed together. You'll start off as a scrappy, Neolithic human trying to keep warm, fed, and unimpaled by mammoths, and when you inevitably become saber-toothed chow, boom, you're back. As your own kid, born into a harsher, slightly more evolved version of the same ancient world. This is more than just chopping trees and yelling at rocks. You'll physically craft weapons with your hands, build shelters to survive dynamic weather and shifting seasons, and tame Ice Age beasts who'd rather eat your face than fetch your spear. And if you're craving some caveman dungeon crawling, each of the 5 massive maps hides an ancient, jaw-dropping underground mystery begging to be explored. The real kicker? The world evolves over generations. Your actions, or failures, leave a mark for your descendant. You're not just surviving, you're building a legacy with every fire you light and every creature you don't accidentally poke. Neolithic Dawn may be launching in early access, but it's already shaping up to be Survival VR's woolly mammoth. VRider SBK. The smell of rubber, the roar of engines, the feeling of your knees flirting with the pavement at 200 km/h. VRider SBK will be screeching onto Steam VR this May, and it's here to crown the king or queen of two-wheel VR dominance. This beast is built from the asphalt up to deliver a fully immersive, simulator-grade superbike experience where your every tilt, throttle twist and lean is laser-tracked in glorious, high-octane virtual reality. You'll start off with modes that suit your racing mood, from free practice for some laid-back tinkering to heart-pounding PvP races where ego is the fuel and collisions are the currency. Tournament mode gives your career a sense of narrative weight, while Hot Lap lets you obsess over shaving milliseconds off your time like a caffeinated pit engine. The 14 real-world inspired circuits are no joke either. These are fully licensed, freakishly detailed recreations of pro-level tracks, perfectly scaled to VR madness. Oh, and did we mention you'll be riding actual bikes from brands like Ducati, Honda, and Yamaha? Not clones, not knockoffs. The real steel, beautifully recreated down to the last bolt and throttle curve. Add global leaderboards, ghost challenges, and cross-platform competition, and you've got the ultimate VR playground for motor maniac. Whether you're here to dominate, drift, or just feel alive, VRider SBK is about to eat your reality and leave you begging for just one more lap. From haunting liminal pools to neon-blurred racetracks, May 2025's VR lineup is serving up a buffet of unforgettable experiences, no matter what kind of gamer you are. These are genre-defining leaps into new realities, each one pushing the limits of storytelling, design, and sheer interactivity. This month's releases promise to take your VR setup to the next level. So, hit that wish list, grab your headset, and prepare to get completely, wonderfully lost. Which one are you playing first? Let us know below.
Something draws the dead to it. Something evil.
Father,